Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Downing Street has dismissed a leaked memo which claims the government has no Brexit strategy. A Number 10 spokesperson has said it was an unsolicited document from a private company and that it has no authority. The paper suggests Whitehall has well over 500 Brexit projects and could require as many as 30,000 extra staff. Some of the details include these. The divisions within the Cabinet are between the three Brexiteers on one side and Philip Hammond, Greg Clark on the other side. Prime Minister is rapidly acquiring the reputation of drawing in decisions and details to settle matters herself, which is unlikely to be sustainable. Expectations of increased headcount are in the 10 to 30,000 range. Maybe 6 months before there is a view on priorities, negotiation strategy, as the political situation in the UK and the EU evolves. Let's go now to our Westminster studio and our political editor, Faisal Islam. So some interesting detail there, but the government's in the form of Number 10 saying it's absolute hogwash.
Well, they've certainly come down very hard on the notion that this memo is any representation of government thinking, that it in any way was commissioned by the government. They say it's basically got nothing to do with the government, and therefore it has no credence, that it's the work of a firm touting for business, they say. The author has not met the Prime Minister or indeed anyone inside Number 10. So they're trying to say it's basically a kind of work of journalism from somebody seeking a contract. Then again, they did admit that it had been circulated as an external memo through some parts of government. And they also said this. They said that Deloitte, the firm that employed the author, had been involved over summer in some initial Brexit planning work with other consulting companies. That was commissioned not by Theresa May's government, but by David Cameron's government. So some admission that the author has some contacts or connections, at least with the previous administration. But yes, you're right. Number 10 saying, well, listen, this is not a government view. We don't know why you're so obsessed about it, but I think that some of what it says does chime with what I've heard and others have heard about the state of preparedness of the civil service. Cabinet ministers, though, involved in Brexit, absolutely slapping down the idea that the civil service isn't prepared. This is the Foreign Secretary, Boris Johnson.
Foreign Secretary, how are we today? Good, good. Now, how divided is the Cabinet on Brexit? We're told they are, according to a memo. Totally united.
That's an unimpressed Foreign Secretary there. David Jones, one of the Brexit ministers, also saying that the 30,000 new civil servant figure is a nonsensical figure which we certainly don't recognise. I have heard other people say that that is the rough parameters of the sorts of staffing you would require. If you're trying to complete this exercise of changing a whole load of regulations for a whole load of industries within a very tight timetable. So that is one of the concerns, but the government's saying that this is not their work.
OK, for now, thank you.
I've been getting away with